In a noisy classroom, filled with opinions, arguments, and constant chatter, there was one boy who barely said a word. Quiet kid. Always in the corner. Always listening. And because he didn't speak much, most people assumed he had nothing to say. While the others laughed, shouted, made jokes, and interrupted each other, the boy was different. He didn't fight for attention. He noticed the little things. Who was nervous before presenting, who smiled when they thought no one was looking, who talked the most, and who was never really heard. But to most people in class, he was just that quiet kid. One Monday morning, the teacher stood in front of the class with a new assignment. This Friday, she said, each of you will give a 60-second speech. The topic is, what the world needs more of. Excitement. Groans. Whispers about topics, jokes, who would say something funny. The boy? He just sat there, staring at his desk. Not anxious. Not excited. Just quiet. That week, the classroom buzzed with noise. Kids were practicing speeches, showing off their lines, talking over each other. Some were planning jokes. Others wanted to talk about kindness or climate change or courage. But the boy? He didn't write a single word. Not on paper, any. People thought he wasn't taking it seriously. Dude's gonna freeze on stage, someone whispered. He probably won't even show up, said another. But on Friday, when his name was called, the boy stood up. Walked to the front. No paper. No slideshow. No notes. Just silence. He looked at the class. Focused. And then, for 10 full seconds, he said nothing. People started fidgeting. Whispering. Did he forget his speech? Someone mumbled. The teacher didn't interrupt. She just watched. Then, the boy finally spoke. Slowly. Clearly. Quietly. You all just listen to me more. In silence. Than you ever have in all the time I've been in this room. The pause. He looked around the class. The world doesn't need more people talking over each other. It needs more people who stop and listen. Because most of us aren't silent because we have nothing to say. We're silent because no one has ever given us the space to speak. The room was frozen. Nobody laughed. Nobody clapped. Not yet. Even the loudest kids sat quietly, unsure of what to do with the silence the boy had just left behind. And then, the teacher smiled. She clapped. Twice. Slowly, others followed. And for the first time, not because he raised his voice, not because he tried to be funny or impressive, the boy was heard. After class, something strange happened. People came up to him. Not to talk over him, but to talk with him. They asked questions. They listened. Turns out, the boy had thoughts worth hearing all along. All he needed was silence long enough to say them. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more ears. More patience. More people who pause long enough to let others be heard. And not just in classrooms, but at home. With our children. Our parents. Our friends. Our partners. We're all busy. Distracted. But the people we love often carry quiet thoughts they wish someone would really listen to. Not to fix. Not to respond. Just to hear. Because sometimes, the quietest person in the room is the one who's been listening the hardest. And maybe, just maybe, has the most to say. If this story made you pause, share a moment when you listened, truly listened, in silence. Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.